What's up, everybody? Brett here. I'm back today playing some more Battle Brothers on the Warriors of the North DLC. It's day 112. It's midday. And we are sitting outside of what appears to be a savage orc camp. We'll get in there in just a second. I want you guys to know I'm back from my vacation. My family, my wife and two kids are back from their vacation as well. And it's summertime. The kids are out of school. My office isn't 100% done yet. It's kind of early in the morning where I am. They're exhausted. They're not waking up. But if they do wake up, just want you to know, if you hear like a brief pause in the recording, it's just me muting my microphone for a second to tell them to go have breakfast. That's all it is. So, and you may even get to hear them perhaps for the first time in one of my recordings. But they're awesome, but they're super exhausted from a very long drive. So I'm trying to let them sleep and not make too much noise. So you won't hear me yell, I don't think, this episode. But we are going to get into this fight. I was actually noticing, I was doing a quick rundown as I do before every episode. It looks like we have a ton of food. We don't. We only have 4 days worth of food. And I think that has something to do with not only that we added 2 more guys to our party, but also I think a lot of what we have is getting ready to expire, perhaps. And it doesn't count for much. So at the end of the day, I think we need to head back pretty soon. Perhaps after this fight, maybe we'll try and get one more big explore off in this general area. I think this is also a decent fight to pull Fritz out. He's content with being in reserve. He's not particularly injured, but this could be a good fight to try and level up Sir Quick Hans the Quick. And I think that'll be fine. I'd like to get more levels on him. We've talked about in the comment section making him a hybrid throwing user / perhaps boar spear. He doesn't really need to use a spear because I think 68 is a pretty fine melee skill. He's a great character. This guy is going to be a really strong, I think, throwing weapon brother in the same way that Skibo is. And speaking of Skibo, here we go. Skibo Swole Arm. So he was saying in the comment section, Skibo was, that from carrying around this ridiculously heavy shield, he was going to have like one big arm. And it made me think instantly of, I don't know if you guys have ever seen Lady in the Water. There's a character who just works out one arm. He's kind of an idiot. He thinks he's doing a science experiment, but really he's just kind of a goofball. And watch Lady in the Water if you get a chance. That's an amazing movie. But anyway, that's what it made me think of. And I was like, I dubbed thee Skibo Swole Arm. And indeed I do. So, great title. Let's try and get some experience. It says that some Orc Berserkers should be a pretty easy fight. And you know what? That number might have gone down because we were technically in the mountains. We'll see when we get to the open plains if that goes up to 5 or 6 days worth of provisions. But as we stand currently in the mountains, we are draining provisions at a pretty rapid pace. Okay. We know the score here. Focus and kill. Everyone we bring down, excuse me, is like a minor victory. If we can keep them from reaching our front lines, boy, do we want them to not reach our front lines. That spear wall here. We'll jump in there. Man, that's dangerous. That's a trap. We're not going to do that. Slightly higher level, well, I mean, his armor is good enough. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what situation I would have to be in to make me want to take that step. But yes, I'd have the high ground. Yes, I'm confident. Some of them are wavering. Some of them are hurt. But at the end of the day, they would end up getting a triple surround with some of the most brutal weapons in the game. And I don't think we need to do that. We'll even use Indomitable as well on Wonton. Yeah, we'll shield wall here as well. We just need to be defensive as possible. And I don't mind drawing one of them away. But getting surrounded by potentially 4 or 5 of them is almost like insta-death. Let's not do that. Let's not do insta-death. Okay, I'll take that. He doesn't want to engage, that's fine. Perfect. Let's take shots at him now. We don't want to waste our potential berserk. Oh, wow. Okay. Good shot. Impaler will knock him off the high ground, which is nice, because that kind of wasted his fatigue in a way. Good hit. Force him to waver, and we also give him a split nose. I kind of don't want to move from here. And if I'm going to move, I want to move this way. That was really unfortunate. That's indomitable. Yeah, we don't have enough to spear wall again, sadly. Yeah, it's just shield wall. And when I said stuff, I meant, of course, fatigue. But yeah, on my flights out and back, man, I haven't flown in a while, I guess, because I didn't realize that almost every plane I flew on had a television set with movies and stuff on the back of the chairs. And I was slightly amazed by that. That hurt. That hurt badly. And I watched Aquaman on my way back. That was okay. That was an okay movie. I didn't hate it. Also got to watch some Bob's Burgers, King of the Hill, that sort of thing. Super cool to be able to do that. But I'll bring that up because I was able to watch like a special on M. Night Shyamalan. And I was just talking about Lady in the Water. It kind of made me think of it. Interesting guy. The documentary was kind of phrased strangely. Kind of in a way to not... Do we take this or this? I think we're good on the strange meat. Let's just take those. Actually, we had room for both. God dang it. Yeah, but the documentary was kind of like ignoring their failures. I watched one on George Lucas as well. While counting inventory, Ragnar joins your side, mindlessly picking at his sword or that shield. You set your quill pen down and ask him what's up to be sure as shit. Okay, bad reading. You set your quill pen down and ask him what's up, for he sure as shit isn't here to count anything. He explains that another company wishes to use his sword hand, and they're willing to pay more. You ask how much, and he holds up his hands to count. They're talking 90 crowns a day. There must be a way I can talk you out of this. You turn around, crossing your arms and jacking a boot against a crate. Staring out across the land, you tell Ragnar that the company has been through a lot together, and everyone, yourself especially, would hate to see him go. He has a second family here with the Jarls of Jorvik, and that's a rare treat in the mercenary world. Where he's going, there's no guarantee of what he may find. You know, because you've been there. You've been in his very shoes, and you took those shoes and walked, and regretted it. The sellsword looks at the ground, thinking your words over. Finally, he nods and agrees to stay. You tell him he's made the right choice. The man turns and taps a quiver of arrows as he walks away. Might want to refill that. So Ragnar, we're glad he's staying with us, first off. But Ragnar, I think, is our sellsword. Yes, sellswords will often come and ask you for more money. How you deal with that is very important. Because they can end up leading to almost like chain reactions, if I remember correctly, where sellswords ask for more money. Noblemen start getting offended that they're making less money than a sellsword, so they start asking for more money. It's like this huge kind of downward spiral of people asking you for more money. We obviously don't want to tell them to leave, so you know, it's like, what do we do? We're in this weird like catch-22 situation, and yeah, so we talk them out of it. That's pretty much the best thing we can do. And while I'm here, I'm just gonna like fix a lot of this very expensive junk. We have good stuff. I mean, if we take one more fight, we can throw... I see a lot of things that are basically worthless that we can throw away. Isaac took a hard hit that battle. I think it would be wise, perhaps, to... something like that. Let's let Sir Lancel hold this flank for now. I like that. And that way we can give our new brothers a bit of a reprieve from being, you know, in really difficult, you know, positions. Let them have the benefit of having stronger brothers nearby while we rest up Isaac and Fritz. At the very least, we just want to get rid of their injuries. But Isaac, however, also took... Wow, he's got a cut arm sinew. That's way worse than an injured shoulder. It's essentially the same thing, but 15% worse. Wow. And it lasts for a long time. So, yeah. I mean, that's pretty brutal. He is a cleaver user. Let's check out our food as well. Yeah, we're at 9 days now, so we're great. We're fine again. We're just going to go through a ton of tools fixing all that junk. But that's okay, because by the time we get back... Whoa! And we find the black monolith. Well, we must have found the edge of the world then. Guys, for those of you who don't know, black monolith, that's not a thing we want to mess with right now. That is the final boss of the game, black monolith. We ain't going in there. So, we'll happily skirt around it. We could always come back out here. I'm actually, as I sit here thinking about it, I don't think we need to do anything to get into the black monolith. The same way that we had to do for lots of other type of legendary locations. Just want to make sure we're seeing the coastline completely. That there aren't, this kind of makes me think maybe there was like a mountain or an island out there. But probably not. Getting a little bit distracted. They got Big Hero 6 on in the background. On the TV. That's a great show. That's an underrated film. I don't want to fight 5 Scrat. I don't want to fight 5 Scrat at all. Not at all. 2, yes. 3, maybe. 4, probably not. And 5, no. At this point in the game, we don't have... I mean, we have some of the tools we need. Lots of two-handed, powerful weapons. We have a couple axes. We could probably break their shield. Another Goblin outpost. Well, this is very similar to a lot of the types of fights we fought already. I'm essentially just trying to get all the way back here to Dornan, and I was going to go down and through this area. And this was a fight that we unlocked with an event by paying, I think, 1,200 crowns, which is ridiculous. I could see us taking this fight, but the thing is, if we take this fight, we're basically guaranteeing that we fill up on loot. And also, as I've mentioned before, we're going to find the Goblin City one of these days relatively soon. And when that happens, we're going to get a quest from a Goblin Slayer to basically hunt down Goblin fortifications and take them out. And it can be quite the pain if you're not prepared to do it. And by being prepared, I basically mean if you don't have locations to knock out. What was that? Come on, they're hiding in the woods. Many ancient auxiliaries, a few legionnaires. That wouldn't be a bad fight. I'm more curious what this beast fight is. 16 webnecks? In the forest. This is going to be kind of an annoying fight, but it's also a decent fight for our new brothers to take part in. A plethora of ancient legionaries. That's a scary... That is just so scary. It's not that bad. But what's going to happen is they're going to have an entire front line of tower shields, and they're going to have an entire back line of pikes. Or halberds or polearms, however you want to call them. And they are going to wreck our front line because our armor right now is very weak. And we're using 2 new brothers who basically are just wearing these mail hauberks. And their weapons, I mean, the spear is not particularly good against them. And we can switch out the spear, as I realize now as I'm saying that there's no reason for him to have this spear over, something like a Khopesh or a military cleaver, which is better than a Khopesh. Or, I thought we had something else. Did we have something better than a military cleaver? No, apparently not. Someone asked me in the comment section if I could review the quick cutter, and I'm going to do that right now. Sorry if I don't remember exactly who asked me, but I thought it was a good idea. So we didn't get a chance. This happened at the very end of the last episode, and something that another person in the comment section pointed out. I basically mentioned that the quick cutter is closest, brethren in this game. That's not stupid. The closest comparison for the quick cutter is definitely somewhere between like a noble sword and a fencing blade. And I said that because the damage is solid. It has very sword-like damage. And by that I mean, let's see if we have another. I mean, like, we look at this Goblin Falchion, okay. It's got better durability, 35 to 45 damage versus 40 to 51. So just a straight, like, is that 11? Is that even more? Hold on, my maths. No, that's 11. It's 11 damage more, so that's solid. It has even better damage, ignores armor, and it's even half the fatigue of this. This is a sweet weapon, guys. It does almost the damage of a noble sword, I believe, but with like no fatigue. Like 2 fatigue is nothing in this game. It's kind of insane. This might be one of the best weapons that I've ever seen drop for like its particular class. The character that wants this weapon really wants this weapon. A no fatigue, you know, really durable, great cutting weapon with an increased chance to hit. So if we look at, I know I kind of mentioned this in the last one, but I think it bears repeating. This weapon, this sword, has a plus 10% chance to hit when you use slash. So on a brother who's starting to have fatigue problems, on a brother who has relatively low melee skill, this is an invaluable weapon. It is super strong, and I don't know if I could stress it enough. And I don't have the proper weapons right now to completely compare it to, but I think just comparing it to a Cruel Falchion, which is kind of a great mid-game weapon, I think we can clearly see just how strong it is. So that was for you. Sorry, I can't remember exactly who asked me that question, but it was a good question. It was something, if I ever don't go over something enough or to some people's satisfaction, all you got to do, guys, is let me know in the comment section, and I will try to make up for it in the next video. Because a lot of times I get to that hour mark and I start feeling a bit rushed, and I just want to make sure that I'm not, making an hour, 20-minute long videos that no one wants to watch. I haven't really dug too much into the whole YouTube optimal video length type stuff. I make the videos at my own like comfort level, how long I really want to record, and just my own like preferences as someone who watches YouTube. I regularly watch videos that are like 2.5 hours long on YouTube. I watch people play Magic the Gathering. I watch people. I listen to podcasts. So like I don't know if I'm the average YouTube user, however, but if I'm watching something that I enjoy, I don't know why I would ever want to watch less of it. And Battle Brothers is an in-depth strategy game, right? There's a lot here to go over, and just like trying to condense it down into 30 minutes at a time, I would have to do a ton of editing, which I don't even really want to do because that like destroys the experience. Maybe not destroys, that's a harsh word, but it lessens the experience. You guys don't get to see the grind in between, the struggles of, getting from one place to another, and that is Battle Brothers. It's that constant sinking feeling that you might be going the wrong way, you might be doing the wrong thing, and you miss out on a lot of that charm, I guess. Whenever you just edit down the battles, whenever you edit down the traveling. I don't know. When you guys watch me, you're not missing anything. You're seeing almost everything I'm doing from start to finish. That's why one of the reasons I really loved our last playthrough together was because we did everything from start to finish. You got to see every boss, every death, every legendary drop. You got to see everything, and I thought that was super cool. And it was very time consuming for me, but that's why I'm here, and I'm so happy to do it because the series, YouTube wise, is going super great. These Battle Brother episodes have been kind of like the most views I've ever gotten on anything ever. And I haven't been doing YouTube long, but as I've been doing it, I make, generally 2 to 3 videos a day. And only when I was on vacation was I like stuck making only about 1. And I appreciate everybody, especially if you switch over and watch some of the other stuff or other games that you might be interested. And that's a good segue. I'll take that. That leads me to my next thing that I kind of wanted to talk about. It's a game series that I love that had a recent addition added to it, which I initially kind of passed over. I thought it was going to suck, honestly. and it didn't. It didn't suck. My buddy that I went visit for my vacation, he and I both loved playing Valkyria Chronicles. It was one of our favorite games on PlayStation 3, I do believe, when we were both in the military, and we had a chance to. We had some off time. We were able to play it. We beat it. We had a ton of fun. Whenever he visits to this day, we still play it. And Valkyria Chronicles 4 had come out, and I remember watching a video on it, like someone got early access. I watched basically the first like 2 episodes of their playthrough, and I kind of was disenchanted with how far they had taken the kind of anime style, and like I felt like they went a little too far, and it's just not my taste. I've spoken about this before. I'm definitely more. I definitely have more. I definitely have a lower threshold for how much anime I want in my games. And Valkyria Chronicles is such a beautiful, like well drawn. For those of you who don't know, it's like a tactical, turn-based, almost set in like a fictitious World War One, World War Two kind of mashup world, where you play as like a kind of a ragtag band that is trying to stop a massive invasion from not Germany, not Russia, right? And you're on the side of kind of like Europe slash Scandinavia, and you're trying to stop it, and you have a tank. There's lots of tactical movements. It has a pretty decent story, especially the first one. It sure does. It has a pretty decent cast of characters as well. And there's just that little bit anime that makes them kind of special, but not so much that they're, fulfilling all the ridiculous tropes. And I was put off initially by the game after watching just a bit, but with my buddy's enthusiasm, we were able to pick it up again. And I have to say, first off, they absolutely made it way more anime. And I don't really like it because they do a lot of weird stuff, like upskirts on women, a lot of like people get like women getting grabbed, which I'm not a fan of. A lot of especially in a game that kids could play. The first game I would have said kids could play. This one I would have to say no. I would have to say it's not at all a kids game. There's just a lot of like really tropey characters, and it kind of pulls me out of the immersion a little bit. But what I will say, for those of you who are adult, for those of you who love anime, trust me, I know you're out there. But it does do a lot of things right. The level design is as good, as far as I've gotten, it's as good, if not in some cases better, than some of the level designs from the first game. They added a ton of quality of life improvements with some of the UI. And just all around, I've been impressed with it, and we had a lot of fun. And we're going to keep playing probably through like the PlayStation Network. But I thought about doing a series. Go for that kill. Thought about making it into a series at some point if there was enough interest in watching it. I know at this point it's not like a new game, but half the games I play on my channel are not necessarily new games. They're just things that I like that if you're a tactical fan, you would probably like as well. So, that's half the reason we watch YouTube, right? Is to discover new things. That's kind of, if you haven't seen it before, I recommend it. And it's pretty, to get the first one nowadays, I think it's pretty cheap. You can play it on PC if you'd like. I've never played it on PC. I've always played it on PlayStation. But I have to imagine it's pretty solid on PC as well. It's not, it requires no micro, so I don't know why playing it on PC would ever be a problem. But these spiders, to get back into the game, I just wanted to throw it out there. Let me know in the comment section, first off, if you've ever heard of it, and if you have, what you think about it. I would love to know your opinion, whether it's different from mine or whatever. I don't care. I just love to know other people's opinions. If you've played both of them, would really love to hear your opinion. And if you're interested or not interested in that type of series, let me know. Let me know, because at the end of the day, it's another tactical game that we could all play together and have fun with. Never really shot at the eggs before. Yeah, I'm not really that eager to finish this fight. If they give me the chance to let them run, I certainly will. Over, a ton of eggs spawning and then us having to sit here forever. Okay, let's just... I don't care about anything. Let's go. This is the most annoying part about these fights, is that you have to let them all be born so that you can then let them run away. I wish they had a slightly higher threshold for running, because as of right now, it feels pretty low. Take an aim shot, 66%. Worth it? Probably not. Oh yeah, and you can't shoot the egg sacs, but they look like they take a good bit of damage. For the kill, nice. Okay, I mean that's a little extra experience. It's not a lot. The actual like web necks themselves aren't worth much experience, and I don't even know if all the summons count. I have to imagine that they do. Yeah, it's over. I don't think I get anything for destroying the egg sacs. If I got like a bunch of extra gossamer from that, I could see that being pretty cool. And our like stacks of non-usable taxidermy gear is becoming pretty obnoxious to me. I kind of want to see what's over here. I see a bit of like an island. Big swamps. You need to be kind of on the lookout probably for... Whoa, Goblin Raiders. 12 of them. And another Goblin champion? We're going to be swimming in Goblin weapons. I'm loving this. Let's save the game. Don't mind me, guys. I'm going to save the game probably every time we go into a champion fight. Let's go get this guy in the swamp. He's going to run away, but you go into a dead end, bruh. Okay, let's see. Are we healed up? Yes. Okay, so that was 2 fights for our new brothers. They didn't level. But when... You know what? We can keep quick hands here. And we'll use his military cleaver until he gets quick hands. And then we'll start him off by using his javelins. We also got a level on Kata. Kata, let's see what his his weaknesses are. Kata has dodge and nimble, so we need to make sure that we are pumping fatigue and initiative. They're already pretty high though. I would rather take a 1 there, I think. A 1 there. And I hate seeing 9s. When I see a 9, I just want to round it up to 10. That's just like, ugh, that's me completely, and I'm gonna do it. I can't leave a 9, guys. And even this 4, I'm like, that could be a 5. 5 is half of 10. And that's just better than a 4. That's just how I am. But we're gonna get this up to 100. We'll keep pumping initiative, and I think if we can get him to 90 range skill, we may start putting points in HP, because HP, fatigue, and initiative work together in tandem with dodge and nimble. Okay, I think we're good to go. Unless Jotnar leveled up, but we... Oh yeah, okay. So aside from just having that perk point to spend, he also has a level. Jotnar, Jotnar, Jotnar. What do we want on you? Melee defense 100%. Fatigue 100%. Man, 92 is such a good melee skill. We could pump him further than that. But as long as we stay confident morale, I mean, he gets a huge boost from that. I kind of want to get him up to 60 resolve. And we're just waiting on another, unique weapon. Let's check it out. Swamp Battle. I'm guessing that's him with the unique color. No? Is this him here? Can we not see him yet? He might be starting in the back in the same way that leaders do. Someone got poisoned. Okay, with Skibo. That's not too bad. It sucks for him that he can't, obviously... his throwing axes will be much, much weaker is basically what I'm trying to say. 49s. We want to clear the way for our brothers to walk. Our archers should basically never move. We'll take that, 54. If we land 2 in a row, we almost certainly get the kill. Let's take a 40. Nice. Boy, that was beautiful. And once again, we have to be wary of kind of like freaking them out. His poison just, man, that sucks. Let's get that sword out. Let's hold up. It's going to be tough to do anything here without Pathfinder. That sucked. Where's this guy? These were all just skirmishers. He's got to be like in the mud. Or back here somewhere. We're going to have to drop dogs, I think, if we want to catch anyone. And there's always that risk whenever you drop dogs. Pretty glad we didn't get hit there. And we'll move him up. We're leaving our backline exposed, but our backline should actually be fine. Boy, I could have sworn there was a named character here. Where did he go? There he is, and it's another one of those bows. Hell yeah. %13 chance to shoot to kill him is pretty garbage. 31%. Damn. Yeah, getting these guys out of the way is pretty key because it's going to allow us to jump in on him. Boy, that failed. Okay. Okay. We have no line of sight whatsoever because of this tree. God dang it. Well, let's step up. Also, he's poisoned, so that's part of it as well. We can break ourselves free. No, we cannot. I think those rolls are based on your current melee skill, and I think if you're trapped in the swamp, it's just a huge accumulative effect. Break free, step forward. Should be able to kill. God dang it. At least he's routing. We're going to try and get onto these guys, but there's very little chance of that happening. Happy that he didn't use footwork to get away. But we're tying him down with Jotnar, which is great. But he's a champion. I mean, his stats are higher. I don't know to what degree, specifically in melee, like just how much stronger he is. Like, should we be afraid that, he lands a couple hits and he wrecks us? I don't know. .54. Good shot. Let's move up and try to break. Man. We're trying, guys. I want that bow. I really do. And just like that, we've got him pinned. The dog killed him, and we still... Okay, we get the loot. Okay, good. So if I remember right, dog kills essentially split the experience. Which... you lose out on a little experience because what happens when you get a kill is one character gets the majority of the experience, and then the rest, I think, split it a bit. Which is why, you know, after a battle, some characters get more experience than others because they probably got the kill. So I think with the dog, we just kind of miss out on that kill bonus. But we still split the experience of the champion kill evenly. And as long as we get that bow, and it's going to be interesting because it looks to be an identical bow to the one that Zach currently has. Which is honestly, I think it's a little weak. It's weaker than a war bow, which is crazy. But it might have better rolls than our current, you know, unique one. Honestly, did not expect the dog to do all this work for us, but it just is. Good job, Brock. I should have known you had a Pokemon name. Good job, Brock. Pewter, is it Pewter City? Gym leader? Man, I haven't watched Pokemon in a while. My kids got into it for a minute there. And they still kinda are. But not nearly as much. They've watched like everything you can on Netflix. First season, of course, being the best season. Yeah, we'll never be able to catch these dudes. We can drop dogs and try. How much benefit there is to that, I don't know. This is like a roving band, and it's over. We got the weapon we wanted. Yes, okay. Put that in inventory before anything else. And we can come into here and see what we can get rid of. We have so much food that spoils in one day. Quivers aren't worth anything. These weapons, however, are worth quite a bit. So are these. Alright, we're full again. Wooden sticks are not worth anything. Knives are not worth anything. Very damaged bludgeons are not worth anything. This bow is worth a bit. We definitely want this ammo. Would love to get the nets as well. 3 tools is hardly worth anything. But we probably have, yeah, like a broken apron. Something like that. And if we could take these nets, we could give them to our brothers. We might have some brothers that aren't holding anything. This is basically worthless, so let's take that. And 1 net is fine. I'm cool with this. And we'll instantly have space in our inventory once we like unpause the game. Okay. So let's, oh man, we have so much to do real quick. Okay. New brothers, what do you got? Holy water. Pretty much useless at this point in the game. Let's go for the nets. And then you here, we'll go for the net here as well. Okay, cool. Holy water is pretty great, and we are going to make use of it, just not quite yet. We got a level on Ragnar. It's a big deal. He is a crossbowman. He is also going to be probably a polearm master. He doesn't have polearm mastery. He doesn't have reach advantage, and he doesn't have killing frenzy. So for the moment, let's get him killing frenzy. Solid perk. Wow, we took another 4 range skill. I like that a lot. What else? I think we should take this 2 probably. And these are really good rolls in defense. And I don't think I'm going to pass that up. I'm going to take a 3 in melee defense. Because the idea is at some point they're going to be on the flanks with their polearms using rotation. Not quite yet. Ozzy here is good to go. Let's give him 1 more in range skill. He needs resolve pretty badly. And we'll give him fatigue. So that'll help with his dodge and nimble combo. And yeah, just like that. So let's get to the moment we've all been waiting for. Let's check out this weapon in comparison to the Grizzly Star Trail, which is the one that Zach has. And this is the Northern Hailbringer. Awesome names. Goblins know how to craft efficient and light bows. This piece, made from some unknown pale wood, has surprising pulling power despite its small size. So 66 max durability, 10 less than the other one. 32 to 50 damage. Okay, so 2 more damage. Okay. 3560 with armor in regards to armor. This one's 3584. Okay. Maximum fatigue -2. Same. But this one has weapon skills build up -3 less fatigue. I'm going to switch this one out. I like the idea of building up less fatigue on a character that we know we want to be our battle standard user. So we'll give Zach the Northern Hailbringer. And this is just a matter of who has the best range skill. And at the moment it's Ozzy. And also, man, they both have 70 in melee skill. These guys are great. Also, Ozzy currently suffers from the worst case of fatigue. So we're going to be able to give him 4 more fatigue back with this weapon. This is so much stronger though, 50 to 70. It's almost not worth it. Ah, man, I hate getting these weapons and not using them. Man, but I think actually the warbow is just so much better. I mean, we did this comparison already. The thing that made this special was the effectiveness versus armor and the lower fatigue. For the sake of badassery, we'll do it, but we're definitely not selling our warbows anytime soon. The damage is just, it's too much more. I mean, it's 20. Those are basically like really good, oh great, some of our stuff rots. Those are just like really good mid-tier bows, but I think the warbows at the end of the day are strictly better. I'd be curious to hear some of y'all's opinions as well on that. I think the stats that they have just don't outweigh the negatives. Okay, so this is lots of legionnaires. We can do lots. A plethora of them, however, just pretty much guarantees too many polearm users, and polearm users are the death of brothers. So we don't want any brother deaths. I think it's safe to pull out Quick Hans here. Do something like that. We got to get our A team looking real strong. And then when the time comes where we are just kind of wandering the land in search of one good fight, it feels like, or 2 good fights an episode, we'll be very happy to switch in people for those, you know, medium grindy fights. So let's let them advance. We'll do what damage we can. Very important in this particular type of battle to get our lone wolves out. Because if we can draw people away from the main formation, they become so much weaker. Even this brush is going to mess them up. So I've talked about this a lot. The AI, what they're going to do, they're going to jump right in front of us and they're going to shield wall all the way down. Their shield wall is going to be super hard to break. And then the whole time we're trying to break their shield wall, the ancient legionaries in the back with these weapons are going to be tearing us to pieces. They are crazy annoying. In terms of the amount of armor piercing damage that they do. And right now we're just, with our bows essentially, we're just trying to take out some of the armor that they have. Nice. That's fine. I don't need to use... I should be faster than them regardless. Now... Okay, I'll take it. We're going to get out our own bill hooks, however. Wonton Fu should be faster than them. If we can count on all of us being faster than them, makes for a pretty nice advantage. Because it lets us plan our turn very well. We don't need to shield wall this turn. Damn. Well, you know what? Bill hooks come out. We still have an attack left. was going to say, let's get that kill, but we did not. So let's Indomitable instead, because we're probably going to get rocked if we don't. Isaac has a hurt shoulder, I believe, a cut arm sinew. So his damage is very weak. Good kill, and that's going to lead us towards being confident. Man, Skibo has been really impressing me with his axe throwing. It doesn't even, if it hits 50% of the time, I'm just happy with that. So much shield wall is going to be going on very soon. Nice. We set him up for a line strike with Svarog next turn if he doesn't move. He probably will. Yeah, he's pretty close to the rotation. Sir Lancel's a bit surrounded. We're going to have our bill hooks out soon. So the strategy with these guys is before they get a chance to get that turn where they shield wall up, this guy here, every other guy needs to go. If we kill him, then they can't get a three-man shield wall going. Is basically the idea. Damn it. No one's within range. Smart AI. Step up. And they broke through my spear wall. Bill hook comes out. Okay, bill hook comes out. Or banner. Banner's actually not that great versus them either. It's just another crappy spear. But what we can do, we could probably kill him with a bill hook. That's huge. Go for him. Long axe it up. We'll step in even though it's pretty scary against these guys. It's Ragnar. His crossbow is certainly not loaded. We'll wait. Yeah, and with that injury, his damage is so low. The cleaver's not even that great of a weapon. The sword, the great sword, is fine. Hammer would smash them basically one shots. Man, they're just messing up our spear mastery left and right. The idea essentially is just to isolate and make it so that they cannot link up shield walls. And I think we're doing that quite effectively right now. And let's go for the big swing. I'll take it. I'll take it. And also, Skibo's in a great position to continue just throwing. He does so much damage at this range. We could have considered pushing him back. I don't know how much of a thing that would have done. But getting our brothers to close the distance on these is pretty crucial. They suffer from that same malice that we do, that we cannot hit very well whenever we're standing too close. We'll wait here and we'll move up. Well, in that case, let's step in so we're not vulnerable. We may get the kill, but if we don't, just in case, just like that. Yeah, these shield walls get annoying. See how we're already missing so much? If we were doing this when they were just a full line of them, this would be like infuriating. And I don't mind stepping in here. Actually, no, we'll step one away. He has more damage on him than I thought he did. I thought he was fine. Let's step up there. Yeah, and he's going to go for the statistically better shot. I can't believe he landed that, but can't really do much about it. That hurt. Our armor is still so very low tier on some of our brothers. It's easy to forget that most of our brothers are still wearing like male hauberks. We'll step in just to get the better surround. I think that's worth it. Perfect. You know what? We don't need to get in there like that. We just chill. held my breath for a second there. And nice. I needed that shot to land because he was getting ready to attack. And if I was him, I probably would have hit leisure side. And at sub 70 HP, it's kind of scary. I don't think he could have one-shotted him, but he could have been pretty close. And now we've got a 4-man surround. And that should be it. Yeah. Not a bad fight, especially not for some of the loot that we just picked up. And these weapons are worth quite a bit. So are these armors. These not so much because they're broken. It's not worth the tools to repair. But we almost certainly have something we can drop. We have food that's going to spoil really quick. Let's get some of this expensive stuff in here. That's 100. And even broken, the hooked blade is still worth something. We're not repairing that. These are, yeah, super, super cheap. I mean, that's 600, 400. Those are quite nice to repair. These are expensive as well. What else can we drop? The undead shields are not worth a ton. This is worth a little bit. Come on. That's 100. Yeah, we'll get rid of that. And then these are super damaged. Yeah, I didn't see that before. Man, my first ever playthrough that I did, I had all tower shields. And I just love the stats. I would build a lot of fatigue, and I could use these well. And I kept so many of them in my inventory that even if one broke, I would just instantly equip another one. It was pretty awesome. The stats on them are great. You just have to have the fatigue to use them at minus 20. And yeah, here we go. We're going to head down. Cool. Discover some more places. Give ourselves more options when the time comes. We're completely out of ammo. Let's hop on top of these mountains just to see what the edge of the world looks like. And we have found, and honestly, a pretty good orc fight that I would love to take if I didn't have a full inventory right now. But alas, I do. Did anyone level that fight? They did not. Okay. So, this place is still hostile towards us? No, threatening. Okay. I still think they'll attack us if they see us. So let's kind of avoid that. And make our way to Dornan. Ooh, those are big footprints. Let's stay away from that. That could be like a 16, 18... What do we see? We revealed something. We must have barely caught sight of them, perhaps. The garrisons from barracks can be really strong. That's a lower tier barracks. Wow, they have a lot of ruins. Not happy to see that. Let's see, was it this place here? Did they? Yeah, they still have ruins. That's the one place I've visited where I'm not sure exactly what they have there because they've had ruins since I've visited. They've repaired one of the buildings, but not the other. Hopefully they'll do that soon. We could bring them wood. I think bringing them wood helps. They have a drought. So less food available for higher prices. Okay, they still have marauding greenskins, which I think actually helps us with our selling. Let's check our trusty bear hat. And yes, we're about to get rich, guys. So we're sitting at 10,100. Keep that number in mind as we start to sell, and this starts to get a bit ridiculous. We can hold on to one of these hauberks. It's just it's super heavy. We'll sell them. It's a 130 helmet. We will get rid of perhaps both of those. Get rid of all of this. Very good. We'll sell our Kopesh because we just have so many dang military cleavers. We just don't need it. $300 a piece for those. And these polearms, the ancient bladed pike, are great. If you can get them early, if you can pick off a couple legionnaires early in the game and get these, I highly recommend using them. Because for the most part, in most playthroughs, you're not going to get bill hooks as easily as I did. I had to, you know, if you were watching the first couple episodes, I had to fight a lot of guys that normally don't get to fight. And actually, they're super dangerous as well. I think I can safely sell this male coif. I don't need to hold on to that. It's taking up room. And yeah, we can definitely sell some of these also. Anything else? Yeah, we made 10,000 from that little excursion. Unfortunately, we're also in a bad place in terms of supplies. And this place is very expensive. Let's just make sure we have enough food to go to another city. And we can check this place to see what they have. I mean, they have a Fletcher. It's not unheard of to find a unique bow or something in there. We can look at the hires. I would expect this place the Old Guard. That's a cool title for a retired soldier. The Fearless, the Poor. Let's go look at some rumors. Some lake he discovered. Whatever this is, I've never found it. Some lake he discovered by lush plants and strange animals. Yeah, never found it. Some like Shangri-La type place. Oh yeah, and something we haven't done. So we have not given our new brothers the traditional once-over in terms of what they look like. And they actually look fine. I'm kind of inclined not to change them, actually. That's a pretty normal-looking dude. And he would be nobility. So perhaps we wouldn't change that. It makes sense that they would be clean-shaven. Yes. Yeah, I'm happy with those. Cool. We can check out what this contract is just to see. Follow the tracks, return the rare coin. This is like a nothing fight. We'll do it. They're north. Okay, we're going to be fighting in the mountains. We don't have a lot of food. Well, this is the crappiest contract. We're going to waste more money and we can't even... Oh my god. We're going to waste more money trying to follow these guys. What a perfect storm of screwing us over. No, we can't. We either have to cancel the... We're going to take a loss on this, guaranteed. We don't have enough food. The food is super expensive here. We need extra food to go over the mountains. If you see where I'm getting at. Oh my god. And for the amount that we just paid for all that, we're not making any money. To kill 15 thieves, I mean, that's a good number. I could have gone around. Okay, if we take these berserkers, also, that's fine. Dire wolves, I wouldn't mind killing as well if we had a taxidermist. So I could finally make some pelts. And look how they're just like dragging me through the mountains. Unbelievable. Man, sorry for that phone call. That's a scam call. I get those all the time. I kind of want to take this battle here, but we're drawing near the end of our episode. Let's... No, never mind. It's... No, fall back. It's a nighttime berserker fight, which is not what we want. We'll come back. I want to do this quick before the end of today's episode. And it's in the woods, so it'll take a minute. But they have range tools just like we do. However, it's nighttime, and their range tools mean very little. Whereas ours, all we have to do is hit once or twice, and we are still quite deadly. I said we are still quite deadly. There we go. So, forest battles, if you're the aggressor, you just want to take as many different points of attack as possible. We're kind of looking to see where all of the lanes are, so to speak. We've got one lane here, one here, and then one around. We could also go way around, but we don't know how far that goes unless we use our flanking falcon. Okay. Fritz is a pretty good brother to have in this situation. He's tanky. He's strong. With a military cleaver versus these guys, I'm not scared for his safety pretty much at all. Could send Jotnar down there. And we definitely would much rather put Kata behind or Ragnar. But Skibo's fine too. We can use our throwing axes. Alright, their moves. There's 13 of them. And we're just going to start cutting them down. Everyone we get into combat with is just going to get mowed down. Wouldn't be surprised to see some sort of stun from this. No, didn't go for it. They did decent damage, and I'm not surprised. They have a 4-man surround. And Fritz does not have underdog, as some of our brothers do. Okay, yeah, there's a guy up there. Nice. And all that did was basically make it super easy for us to get that kill. Yeah, here we go. Let's get on that thug. Let's go down and around. We can't throw because they stepped in that spot. I couldn't hardly tell that was a spot. I guess I could take the trees off. But then it really makes it hard for me to tell what's going on. Good damage. Step in. Dang it. I did not get the high ground. Not the high ground I wanted. They'll probably step up and take it from me. And if that's the case, let's move a few of our brothers up in support. Wonton can probably take both of these dudes in a long drag-out fight, but all they have to do is get a little bit lucky with some of these hits. His armor's not the best. He shot his own guy in the back. Not surprising. Let's look at the rolls here to watch how they have like a 2 roll and they still manage to hit me. Nice. Wow, see, and now I can't complain. Can't complain at all. Even if they do hit me, because I just landed 2 like miracle shots in the dark. Up here. Perfect. Let's get that kill so we can advance. And I kind of don't want to go that way. I want to keep going around. Because if we come up here and they come here, we're just going to make like a roadblock. And that's not what we want to do. I probably should have just switched to my... Yeah. I should 100% have switched to my bill hook there. But next turn I should be able to reload, or to shoot and then switch and still hit. It's a possibility. Let's tie them both down. I mean, this battle 101 favors us, but this position favors him. Because it keeps all of their brothers of ours out of the equation. And what I mean by that is, this is a one-man funnel. Good. Oh. Like, we have no options to do anything. Couple shield walls up, messing with us. But other than that, we're good to go. And my kids are still sleeping. It's kind of unbelievable. They missed all that Big Hero 6 action. But yeah, they gotta get up. We gotta go grocery shopping. Whenever you travel for a long time, you have to like empty your fridge out, eat all your leftovers and stuff like that before you leave. And I like to have a stocked fridge. I don't know about you guys, but my fridge is always full of good stuff. And having to eat it all and get rid of it before we left was kind of a pain. So today we're gonna go and restock. Perfect. I was worried that killing him would take forever. But it's essentially just the one dude who's running, and then this guy up here. I was gonna say, if we could just kill him, get lucky and kill him. Our rolls there, yeah, we had a 50% chance and a 60% chance. And we nailed it. And we could catch this guy. We have dogs, we have adrenaline. I think one of the most useful things about adrenaline is being able to chase people. It's over. Perfect. Let's collect our junk for that junk mission. And let's head back here to set us up. Almost identical start for the next episode as to where we started this episode. Which is, oh wow, look at these footprints. What is going on here? There's orcs like fighting something. Yeah, we'll figure this like look at all these footprints. We'll figure this out soon. We'll figure this out next episode. I'm curious if this was just the dire wolves. And then we'll head back to Dornan and turn in our quest. And then from there we're free agents. We're free agents who are going to have about 20k in our pocket. We can head over to Brookberg, see what kind of quests they have. And just generally try and spend some money, I think. Pick up better suits of armor. That's kind of top priority at the moment. Our weapons are top tier. Our brothers are really strong. We've got good helmets. We've got good stats and levels and perks. We're doing great. We've even got plenty of uniques. But whenever I look and I see a brother wearing 150 armor, but using a unique shield and a unique weapon, you know, it's like he's got more on his head than he does on his body. That's not good. We need to protect dudes like Skibo from harm, and we're going to do that very soon with some much bigger armor. Probably next episode. We have enough, if we want, we could probably buy 4 sets of Lamellar, or maybe 2 sets of the heavy Lamellar. But at the end of the day, we're going to play it by ear. We're going to see what we see in the armory. Sellsword's armor would also be great, especially on Skibo. I like that. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Once again, my name is Brett, and my channel is Goodtalk Gaming. I appreciate all you guys. I appreciate all of you who have recently subscribed. There's quite a few of you. And if you're watching right now, I'm doing a thumbs up. A really cringy thumbs up that no one can see. And yeah, I appreciate you guys. All right, that's it. And as always, I will see you in the next one, y'all. Take care.